Almost every freelancer thinks Fiverr is about luck, and maybe something that you've been doing, or maybe something you've heard is about you setting up your gig and you just staying online. And that's the only way that you can get order on Fiverr. But this is not true, absolutely not true, because there are some secrets that top freelancers are using to get daily order on Fiverr that I'm going to reveal to you in this video today. And I want you to pay close attention to all of these things that I'm going to mention. There are 5 of it, and I'm going to break it down to you step by step so you too you can copy this process and you can be eligible to get daily order on Fiverr. It's not just about you setting up your gig and you staying active on the account that's guarantee your order, right? And you see the freelancers that are making anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 every other month on Fiverr, they are simply not the best. They just understand Fiverr algorithm and how Fiverr works itself, the ranking system and everything about Fiverr. So this is what is giving them the leverage to make that money for themselves every other month. So right now, I just want you to pay close attention to me and just take note of these 5 things that I'm going to explain to you right now in this video if you want to scale on Fiverr and you want to get order as you want to get it, right? So if all of this being said, I want you to like this video, share with your friend and subscribe to this channel so we can learn about Fiverr growing together and we can get the order we deserve for ourselves, right? So let's start. Number 1 that I'm going to talk about is just that Fiverr title and SEO tag matters than your thumbnail. Now let me break this down, right? So most people spend hours trying to design their gig thumbnail, which is very awesome and is very have its own side. But the very first thing that you should focus on when you are setting up your gig is your gig title. So your gig title is not somewhere that you need to do keyword stuffing or anything. You need to write a clear goal target title. All right, so you have to make sure like people can read that and they can align and connect with it, that you can solve their problem. Because as a freelancer, you are here to solve a problem, not to rank only. So, and one thing that I want you to understand is your gig title must be identified to a particular certain of people, not to be for the general public. And like I said in one of my previous video, you have to align your own gig service to particular audience. You don't just want to put yourself in a competitive market, you want to align it to particular audience. So these are your targeted buyer, and when they see your gig or they come across your service, they know that you are the type of people that can help them solve that particular problem. Imagine you having a website gig thumbnail, like you can design a website and someone is having a particular gig that sells e-commerce website design. You know, that's like 2 different things. People that want to design e-commerce would rather go for someone that is in that niche than does the general public. So that's why I said your gig title must align to a particular audience. And now let's talk about the gig tags, right? Now, you see this hashtag of a thing is one of the most things that push you to the targeted audience. Now you have to think and act like a buyer that you want to buy your own service. What are the things that you have in your head that you can search on Fiverr that can make your gig show up? That's what you are going to use in your search tag, not just random thing and something that you have in your gig title. Although it's good if you can do that, but then you have to act like a buyer and think about the keywords that what they can search on the Fiverr search bar to get to know people like you and they get to buy your service with your clear goal target title. All right, so now the next thing that I want to talk about, like these 2 is very important, that the thumbnail itself. Now let me talk about the thumbnail before we proceed to second secret, right? You see your thumbnail too plays a good role, but then you don't want to do too much, right? You want to keep it simple, minimal and catchy. All right, so these 3 goals is what you want to map out when you are designing your gig image. You want to keep it simple, minimal and catchy. You don't need to do color riot. The max color that I always recommend you should use is 3. All right, don't use anything more than 3 colors because that resonates with eye the most. All right, and make sure your fonts are big enough to read at every point. You know, we have like a lot of search bar that people will show up randomly, but make your own like to be catchy. That's why you have to use a font like Anton, Bionusers, and all of those things that is big, Poppins. You have to use all of those fonts so you can have an eye-catching gig image that resonates with anybody that sees it at the first sight. All right, and that alone increase your click-through rate because once people see it, they get to click on it, and these clicks are what turns to buyer. Right now, the second secret that I'm going to talk about is that the Fiverr algorithm reward quick response than just slow response. So Fiverr wants to be sure you are here for business and not you can do anything at any time that you feel like you can do it. All right, so you have to pay close attention to your account. That's when you can now stay online for messages, or you can log in on your phone and have your app notification once you have a new message. You can easily attend to that and get the best response for themselves. So right, if you do this, you are going to keep your response rate higher, and Fiverr is going to notice, okay, you are active, and people can always get to reach out to you to get a quick response about what they want on the platform. All right, so that's number two things that you need to pay close attention to when you want to grow on Fiverr and you want to make the cool cash off there. All right, now the number three secret that I'm going to talk about is consistent gig update always trigger algorithm. So with my own knowledge, I believe within 2 weeks, if you not get your first order, it's high time you should redesign your gig, and you just need to edit it and make sure you have some changes so you can still test it out for 2 weeks. You don't just want to set up your gig once and you have to wait for like 6 months or 3 months before you even get your first order, even when you are doing everything right. You see, all of these things is what you should pay close attention and watch through. All right, you are going to make sure immediately after you set up your gig, you start tracking it. How is it doing? How is it behaving? And all of this is what you can key to and make sure you know how your gig is. You don't just want to set it up and leave it on there till whenever the order comes, right? So within first 2 weeks, if you not get your first order, you have to like go over to your gig, edit it, change your title, optimize your gig search tags, and also rewrite your description, make it more catchy, client focused, and make sure it resonates. Like, it's not about you telling buyer that I can't. So you have to talk about their problem, what they are facing, what your service is going to help them achieve, and all of these things is what you are going to put in your gig description. Not I can do this, I have experience, I have all of these things. So constant gig updates always trigger Fiverr algorithm to rank you, because what they rank you for the other time is not what they are going to rank you for this time. All right, so you have to keep your gig up to date and you have to track your progress so you know when your gig is doing well and when it's not. So when you feel like the very first 2 weeks you not get your first order, all you need to do is just edit your gig, and this will automatically pump up the algorithm to re-rank you for this particular new keyword and this particular gig title that you just edit up. All right, so it's just something basically simple if you understand this process, and it's just something you can do right now after watching this video. When last have you updated your gig, and what is the current state of your gig? All right, so notice all of these things, and you with this you can get to scale up on Fiverr the most. All right, now number four thing that I'm going to talk about is this is going to shock almost everybody right now. Fiverr doesn't care about how many reviews you have on your account. Fiverr cares so much about conversion rate. So 100 people click your gig and only one person buy that particular service. Can't you see the conversion rate? That is like 1%, conversion rate. And that's not encouraging enough for Fiverr to keep pushing that kind of thing when they have people that even getting 10 clicks and they are getting like 2 to 3 order every other time. That's why I said your gig title, your search tags, and even your gig thumbnail is very, very important. But you have to pay close attention to your gig title, your SEO tags the most, because that's one thing that guarantee you to feel seen for your direct buyer. All right, so your gig thumbnail is just for you to grab your buyer after they found you. All right, so this thing is what you should pay close attention to on your Fiverr account. You don't just want to be idle, right? So the review doesn't matter as much as your conversion rate. Understand that. And the number 5 secrets right now that I'm going to talk about in this video. Before I talk about this, I want you to like this video, share with your friend, subscribe to this channel, and let's grow together so we can learn more along the line and we make money for ourselves as deserve in the online space. The number 5 secret that I'm going to talk about right now is Fiverr boosts sellers that are getting traffic outside. You have to like drive traffic outside Fiverr, and this is going to trigger algorithm that you are not just big on Fiverr. People are getting to notice you on other social medias, even if it's Facebook, TikTok, or anywhere of your choice. Reddit, is Quora, all of these websites is where you can drive external traffic to your gig on Fiverr, right? So all you need to do is just copy your profile link or maybe your gig link. You have to share it on all of these websites so people can get to click your link and try to see what you are trying to sell and everything. And with this, you can even get some orders, because if you are promoting it to right audience, you will definitely get an order. All right, don't forget, like, your review doesn't matter as much as your conversion rate, so you have to keep everything clean. And if you don't know how to promote your gig, I've made a video on that before, and right now if you want me to make another video on how you can still promote your Fiverr gig on other platforms aside from the one that I've showed you before, I will do that if I get like to 4,000 subscribers within this month end. All right, I'm going to record that video and I'm going to have it on this channel, how you can even promote your Fiverr gig to the right audience in the online space. But before then, I've made a video on how you can promote your Fiverr gig, which is showing up right there. So I want you to go and watch it now, align it with everything that I've shared with you right now in this video so we can grow together. So click on this video right now, go and watch it, and I will see you in that video. Let's go.